My parcel has arrived. It's always exciting to open up a parcel. Sometimes you forget what you ordered. So here what I've ordered is a kneeling pad. This is made out of a nice canvas, and comes in a green colour. Seems quite thick and spongy, so good for the old knees. You can just see there how nice and thick that foam is on the inside. You can it's got a little handle to carry around, and it is a washable one, so you can always give it a wash if it gets a little dirty. And here I have my canvas gardening apron, which I've been looking forward to getting, because it's always good to have some sort of protection when you're out in the garden, because you can get quite dirty. Yeah, so this apron, it's got quite a lot of pockets in it. So you've got your little pouch up here to put your telephone in, and a couple of little slimmer ones here that you can put pens or texters or screwdrivers in if you need to. And down the bottom here, there's a couple of good sized pouches here to put your secateurs in or bits and pieces, and also two smaller little pouches here. So, and on top here you've got your adjustable neck strap, so you could just tighten it or however you want it on yours, and just tying up at the back. And there was another extra piece of this material if you wanted to tie it from the top down to the back, so it's not pulling on you. But yeah, I think it's a really good quality one. It's lightweight canvas, so it's not super heavy, but very well made. The stitching is really well done, and it's good and washable. So I've always sort of, like when I go out in the garden, I do tend to get myself a little bit dirty, so it's actually really good to have one of these to sort of protect your clothes, so and waterproof as well. So if you do splash water on yourself, yeah, it's not going to make you wet. But I think these are really good, and they come in different colours. This is a plum colour, so I thought I'll get something a little different. And they also come in kid sizes as well, so it's always great for little kids in the garden if they're interested in gardening, and help the grandparents out even. And so I think that would make a really good Christmas present, so something to keep in mind if you're wanting something different to buy for Christmas for people. So what I've got here is I bought 3 more packets of the bottle top sprinklers. They'll actually make good little gifts for people for Christmas coming up. And also I got a free tap caddy. So this one just hooks over the top of your tap, and it's got a nice pouch in there. You can keep all your little tap accessories in there. It's a waterproof bag, and yeah, so that'll come quite in handy instead of having them just sitting on the ground. And also I purchased 3 large potato planter bags. I do have a smaller one out the back that I use to grow potatoes, but I thought I'll get a few more. These were quite a lot better than the ones that I bought from Bunnings. You know, you get a cheap pack of 10, which I found the plants just dried out so much. So these are a nice large size. You can see the double stitching around the top there, and these ones are breathable ones, and you've got 2 opening little pouches on the side that you can harvest your potatoes from. So one on this side, and also there's just one on this side here as well. But a good size. So I actually bought 3 of those. You got those in a little offer by buying 3 together. And one last little thing I've got in here was a little Swiss Tech little device, little key type. Screwdriver on one end there, and a bottle top opener, a little blade and a serrated knife on it. So this is a beautiful little bush that I planted last year, and it's actually really come alive now. It's sort of been established for about a year. It's got these beautiful little flowers on them. This is a salvia, so this one is a bit of a shrub one. So once it stops flowering, I'm just going to give it a bit of a trim up and sort of neaten it up a little bit. It's beautiful. It's like a bit of a spreading one, but it won't get super big. And just across here, I did actually go and buy a few more of these ones. So they grow to 1 metre tall and 80 centimetres wide. So I thought that was pretty good. So I've got 4 of those. I'm going to dot those around the garden. But just in the distance here, if you can see, probably about here, there's actually another one I planted. It's got red and white flowers on that one. So this garden is just basically jam-packed with all my plants have all taken off. These little daisies here, these have all just self-seeded, and I planted some just a couple of years ago, but they have just blown themselves around the garden and they're just everywhere, so which is nice. So they always seem to somehow fill up a gap. So the lavender here, this bush here is getting quite large as well. It's just probably crowding my little rose bush there, my little ground cover rose bush. And then I just have some limonium, a purple one there. And in front of that, you can probably see is my little dwarf kangaroo paw, which is a lovely sort of pinky red colour. And just in the back there, there's just a variety of daisies. They all seem to have sort of been really sprouting. There's a beautiful pink limonium there. That's done really well. And these here, these are gazanias. These are actually classed as a weed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those out once the weather is a bit nicer to be doing some gardening in. And then there's that beautiful salvia there. So this front part, this probably first half of my garden here seems to be really going really well. And this other part down here is just a bit of a struggle here with this one. So some things grow, some don't. And I've just got a tree that I've got to get rid of because that just broke off of my Polygala grandiflora tree. That's been in the ground for about 25 years. It looks like it's probably ready to keel over. But so I'm just trying to fill in some gaps here. So those new salvia plants that I've got, I will probably plant up this end here, and then just across here is just a little veggie garden. I'll have that out here for summer. And then across here is just my little cherry blossom tree that's going along really well, and I just recently planted some beautiful pansies. They look really lovely. And this is my osteosporum. I love this colour, and it's been really hard to get this colour in the garden centre, but they did have some recently, so I went out and I bought a couple. So I planted another one in here, and then I succumbed and bought some different coloured snapdragons. So I did plant some yellow snapdragons probably about well over 10 years ago, and they just self-seed around the garden, but I succumbed and bought some with different colours in them, so I'll do something different. And yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with these little golf ball hedge ones. They seem to be a bit burnt on the top, though it hasn't been hot or anything, so I'm not really sure what's going on with those ones. And then my little climbing plant here is it's kind of going okay, climbing up the trellis. These look like they're all have died off there. There's a little bit of green there, but yeah, not sure. We'll see how that one goes. But overall, yes, I haven't really had to do a lot with my garden out the front here. Just the back needs a lot of attention. And normally I cut my big box elder tree back. I always bust the branches off because it gets really, really big. But I didn't do that this year because what I want is it to throw some more shade across down here, because we get the sun that comes
It sets over here and well, basically gets the sun all day, and I think it's a little bit too much for some of the plants, so a little bit extra shade on some of them I think would help them out and not dry out the ground so much.
Oh, it's rainy again outside, so I can't even go out and use my new apron, so I'll have to do that another day. But I'll leave a link in the description box below of the products that I've just shown you today. I think they're really good quality, well-made products, and just to support an Aussie local store. Yeah, and it's just a little tour of my front garden, so I really do have to get round and get stuck into that back garden at some point, but the weather hasn't been too great. Okay, well thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Okay, bye for now.